These ratios are price to earnings, price to cash flow, EBITDA to EV, price to book value, and price to sales. The VC is displayed as a number between 1 and 100. In the Goodyear Tire and Rubber news, executive Stephen R. Mcclellan unloaded 6,250 stocks of the company's shares in a trade dated July 10. Adding a sixth ratio, shareholder yield, we can view the Value Composite 2 score, which is now sitting at 62. Let's take a look at how the stock has been performing recently. Cutting ties with certain underperformers can be a tough decision. Keeping cool under pressure is a trait shared by many successful investors. When the investor is focused on a plan or specific trading system, this can make things a bit easier when times get tough. New York Stock Exchange ZAYO's ROIC is 0.075885. Its revenue stood at minus 17.30% a year on average in the period of last 5 years. Neuberger Berman GRP Incorporated Limited Liability Company has invested 0% in NVR Incorporated. The core idea of technical analysis is that history tends to repeat itself. This represents a 42-cent annualized dividend and a yield of 1.12%. This may occur at the same time. Performance evaluation of Post Holdings Incorporated. Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company, New York Stock Exchange CTB, has an M-score Beanish of minus 2.195312. Trademark violation notice. Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company, CTB, shares sold by Ameriprise Financial Incorporated, was posted by Dispatch Tribunal and is the property of Dispatch Tribunal. The technique has proven to be very useful for finding positive surprises. Rogers Comms has $63 highest and $40 lowest target. Investors generally keep an extensive variety of technical indicators at their disposal for completing technical stock analysis. New York Stock Exchange ZAYO presently has a 10-month price index of 0.98300. 3 months ago, analysts assigned GT a 4.88 rating, which implies that analysts have become more pessimistic about the outlook for the stock over the next year. Gateway Investment Advisors LLC now owns 15,882 shares of the company's stock worth $555,000 after buying an additional 42 shares in the last quarter. The price-to-sales ratio offers a simple approach in this case. Looking at some alternate time periods, the 12-month price index is 1.14497, the 24-month is 1.37636, and the 36-month is 1.55091. The average investment rating for GT on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being a strong sell and 5 being a strong buy, is a 4.63 or a moderate buy. USA, New York Stock Exchange RCI, for 1.83 M shares. A C-score of -1 would indicate that there is not enough information available to calculate the score. A company with a low rank is considered a good company to invest in. The return on invested capital is a ratio that determines whether a company is profitable or not. Ameriprise Financial Incorporated decreased its holdings in Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company, New York Stock Exchange CTB, by 3.9% in the second quarter, according to its most recent Form 13F filing with the SEC. Technical analysis is as a method that applies to take a guess of future price trends through analyzing market action. The Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company, GT, closed minus 0.82% below its 200-day moving average and is 4.84% above another chart threshold, its 50-day moving average. Nexus Invest MGMT Incorporated invested in 15,915 shares, or 0.12% of the stock. The CCI may be used to spot if a stock is entering overbought, plus 100, and oversold, minus 100, territory. When markets are sinking, investors may feel like there is nothing that they can do. On the other end, investors may have a few duds in the portfolio. This may cause the individual to become overconfident in their ability. Frequently assessing which trades worked and examining why they worked may greatly assist the investor. The same can be said for trades that did not pan out. The Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company, Nasdaq GT, traded up 0.15% during midday trading on Monday, hitting $33.30. The company has managed to keep price-to-sales ratio of 0.00 against an industry average of 90.87. A company's dividend is mostly determined by its board of directors, and it requires the shareholders' approval. Leverage ratio is the total debt of a company divided by total assets of the current and past year divided by 2. The consensus analyst's recommendation at this point stands at 1.70 on the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company, Nasdaq GT. The lower the number, a company is thought to have low volatility. The return on invested capital, aka ROIC, for Cooper Tire and Rubber Company, New York Stock Exchange CTB, is 0.233223. The company manufactures and markets a range of rubber tires for automobiles, trucks, buses, aircraft, motorcycles, earth-moving and mining equipment, farm implements, industrial equipment and various other applications. More notable recent Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company, Nasdaq GT, news were published by Cleveland.com, which released Goodyear Tire and Rubber Co.to acquire German-based Ventic Systems on September 20, 2017. Also Cleveland.com with their article, Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company recognized as Defense Logistics Agency Superior, published on September 26, 2017. Cleveland.com published Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company's Workforce Wellness Program recognized by on September 29, 2017. A beta of 1.0 tells you that a stock has been going up and down with the overall stock market. Narrowing in a bit closer, the 5-month price index is 0.93401, the 3-month is 0.95534, and the 1-month is now 1.09470. The score helps determine if a company's stock is valuable or not. The Goodyear Tire and Rubber had a return on equity of 18.94% and a net margin of 7.95%. The stock stands almost minus 10.62% off versus the 52-week high and 23.97% away from the 52-week low. It is also calculated by a change in gearing or leverage, liquidity, and change in shares in issue.